Rich Ortiz here with the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. And like our guest today, we're simply knocking out the competition. 2020, we're making it happen here in the 209, making it mine. Got my partner bringing everything here to success. And that's the one and only Mr. Shelly. What's happening, my man?
What's up, my dude?
Shelly, long time waiting, man. Long time coming here.
Well, it's cool right now because I got two 209 cats sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, these my niggas within my niggas, though, right? You feel me? Like, yeah, we all from the same hood. Fuck all that, like, political correct shit. Like, we in this bitch. So, Fresno to Stockton, like, it don't get no better or worse than that, nigga. So, let's make it happen.
Making it happen, man. Welcome to the show, Kilo. Welcome to the show, Hector. You know what? We talked about having some conversations here on some nice topics. We got some fights coming up here in the Central Valley. We got some fights worldwide. But, you know, the friends, the followers, the whole world wants to know, what are the Madera brothers doing? 2020, man. I mean, what's in store for you guys? What's on your mind? I know Kilo's out there selling cars, being a businessman, putting a suit and tie on and making them numbers come in. And Hector, you're going over there on vacation, then all of a sudden getting a call and taking a fight in Tijuana, Mexico, man, making it happen, man. Talk to us about that experience, what you're feeling right now.
Oh, I'm feeling good right now. I'm getting ready for another fight. Hopefully next month, if possible. Just waiting on somebody to
step up and give you an opportunity, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shelly,
Give me a go.
Shelly, when you hear him say that and you know he has all this talent, man, I get frustrated as a fan because I want to see him in the ring. I get spoiled because I like to see him in the ring and perform, man. And I like for him to get his career and just run with it, man, and just make something happen because he's very experienced and he has all the knowledge and definitely has the tools, man, to be successful.
Nah, it's like real shit, though. I mean, I think, like, in town, you guys both know only brothers that motherfuckers hear about is, like, either you guys or the Diaz brothers. And I think that's what makes that shit special. And it also makes me wonder, like, did he put hands on you when you were little?
I want to know about
no,
those
real
guys.
shit, right? Because I mean, like, if my brother had hands and I had hands, like, motherfucker, he gonna have to see me at
That's
some
right.
point. Like, it ain't. I don't give a fuck what you tell my mom, what the fuck you tell my dad.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, we men. You gonna have to see me at some point, and you guys ain't gotta go through that shit. But I got a little brother, and I'd fucked him up for years, bro. And he's bigger than me now, so he be
We
hitting me.
probably got in about 100 street fights.
Yo, you got and then that shit
50-50,
too.
it ain't 75-25.
Oh, fuck that, Kilo. Real talk.
Honestly, I used to beat the shit out of him when we were growing up. I used to. I mean, he probably has a little anger towards me, you know. But it is what it is.
I used to bust his nose.
I made him a fucking animal. To be honest, I used to have. He'd be in second grade, and I'd have like 2 6th graders jumping him, and he'd beat them both up. There was times when I had even people around my age boxing him, and he would fuck him up. You know, like I just used to beat him up a lot growing up, and I mean, he turned into a fucking savage.
When did he just turn the tables and say, you know what, I'm tired of getting hit?
I had moved away for a while. I was going to school and I was doing my car sales, and I was obviously chasing the career for boxing, and it all started in Fresno. And obviously he was getting bigger and getting older. And I think around like when he was ready, like 18, we probably got like in another maybe like 7 or 8 fist fights. You know what I mean? Like a couple times we jumped off the freeway and started fighting each other. Sometimes,
I heard stories, bro.
At home, and like it's ugly because my mom can't break us up, my dad can't break us up. It's like it's like, oh shit, like it's like ugly because it's like if I see someone out here and it's ugly, like that kind of ugly, you know, and it's like two fucking crazy motherfuckers ready to
two fucking trained Mexican niggas. You guys already got attitudes, right? So you guys already who you are, but you guys got hands. So this shit is different. Like when other people talk shit or they fuck with you, it's kind of like, all right, nigga, whatever. You know, the world start gonna come out on wild ass punches and shit. But I'd be fucking mad if y'all was fucking with me like that too, because I'd be like, oh, those motherfuckers know what to do, right? You guys are like got potential for strap season, like nigga, like if they fuck with you, I need something.
It's scary because like I mean at any given point we haven't really fought in like maybe a good year and a half, 2 years maybe, but it's scary because I mean somebody could get really really hurt really really bad,
right.
You know, and there's times where it has happened, but I think we're growing, maturing, and I think I don't think we should be fucking trying to fuck each other up.
No, save it for your opponent or somebody else. And, I know iron sharpens iron. And at the end of the day, he ain't heavy. He's my brother. You know what I mean? You are your brother's keeper, and you guys think about that. But when in the middle of it, shit just flies. I'm going to tell you a quick story. You guys just stay in Madera, right?
Yeah,
for a
we
little
lived there
while?
for like a couple months.
I don't know who it was, but I guess you're associated with Big Al,
Yeah,
right?
That's the homie right there. His family.
Al told me, he goes, Richard, I got a call. They're going crazy. They go, you know what? They're beating the shit out of each other. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. They're not punching. They're kicking. They're doing everything. They're breaking everything. They go, I need you down here now. And he told me, he goes, Richard, he goes, I had sales right here. I was printing shirts. I had to get down there. He goes, Richard, I'll describe it as two animals that haven't eaten in a week, and they just went at each other. And I guess it happened where you guys were staying or something, but Al got the call, Al Perez. And the lady, whoever said it, says they're beating the shit out of each other. And she's on the phone trying to give the information about this, talking to you guys in Spanish, like, knock it off. But you guys were locked in like pet bulls,
Sometimes
man.
it's like, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's embarrassing because sometimes it's like, bro, like, shut the fuck up, bro. You can't chill out, like, in public or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, somewhere, like, there was a time my last fight at the fucking arena.
Yeah.
This fool fucking got an attitude in the back. I'm like, bro, like, I stayed calm because I have a fight coming up, you know what I mean? But, like, my coach even looked at him like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, didn't tell him nothing because didn't want to, like, mess up the whole vibe. But I could have fucked everything up. We could have gotten a big-ass fight in the back of the fight. And it, like, really, I mean, it bothered me, but I stayed focused. I was like,
Well, that's good.
fight coming up.
You kept control.
You know what I mean? And so, like, sometimes it's, like, a matter of fact, like, I got to hold myself together and, you know what I mean? Because I had to imagine if I would have just blew up right then and there, like, everything would have went to shit. I mean, it makes us look bad sometimes, too. So it's like I said, like, we're growing up, maturing, and, you know, at the end of the day, my brother, we got each other's back. You know what I mean? Like, I look out for him in his career, try to get him sponsors, try to get him on any card I could get him on. I mean, you invited me here. I brought him on here. Like, hey, I'm going to bring my brother, too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, though, I mean, I look out for my little brother. I love him. And, I mean, it's brother love, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anybody who has
absolutely.
brothers, you guys know this is the kind of shit that happens, you know?
Yeah, nah, you go through that, and I respect that too, man. Because I'm the older brother to mines and shit. Like, I always look out with it. I look out for him, but I'm also like dad figure too. Like, I always try to use that shit. Like,
Even
hey,
if they don't appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. Like, I'm
sometimes,
gonna
but-
fuck you up. I'm gonna give you money. Then the other day, he's like, "Oh, I need some fucking weed, right?" He's like, "I'm broke." So I was like, "I give this nigga half my stash, right?" But if it was me, he'd have charged me for that shit, right? So it's weird. So you little motherfuckers, you guys are a little different. I'm trying to tell you. Like, sometimes I wish I could switch roles with him, but no. Like, I respect that shit, man, because you guys hustle, and then with you already going through it, like that's his blessing too, that you're capable of teaching him what to do and what not to do. Like, you might have took a lot of knots that he don't have to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, rather you reach here or he reached there, like, you guys both went there together, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's fucking dope to me, man. But I couldn't do that shit, nigga. I ain't gonna be around my brother 24/7.
No, man. I mean,
He's
you
getting
need your
down to
space
like
sometimes.
weekends and holidays now,
Yeah.
nigga. Like, yeah, I love him.
There's been times it's been tough, but, things been getting better, and obviously, he's still my bro.
Yeah, no, that's good, man.
No, I want to talk about something different real quick, Kilo. I mean, I'm watching you. You're not just selling cars, okay? Because a car salesman, I've always said to myself, when people ask me, and they said, hey, Richard, you'd be a good car salesman. And the people that have asked me, I don't want to hide from them. I don't want to hide from them. I want to say, hey, how's your car running? Because you want to be an honest car salesman. You go beyond, because after you sell the car, I mean, you can see the smile on their faces. That's why I tapped into what you were doing. I said, hey, you're changing lives. And you said, well, no, I'm helping them. They're the ones doing it, so to speak. And I said, well, they were putting your path. How's that going, man? Because now you're not just at a regular car lot. It seems you're at a high-tech one and doing really well.
Well, I'm at Chase Chevrolet. It's the best dealership in the whole valley. And honestly, when I started working there, I had a plan. And it was obviously it's not just selling cars. To me, it was taking over the business here in the whole valley. As you know, I went to Fresno and I pretty much took over a lot of things out there, business wise and fans wise and just people wise. And in my pro career, I haven't really fought. I fought a couple times out here, but I hadn't. I like the arena helped me with as far as getting on. But my real plan when I went to Chase was I'm gonna take over a lot of business, and obviously I'm rubbing elbows with a lot of big businesses, meeting them, shaking their hands, and so I did my first fight, got a lot of support, and then as it continues, I plan on getting even more, and just having the keys to the city, this city, Fresno, and honestly every other city that I fight. So I look forward to getting in the ring with other popular fighters, whether in my hometown or in their hometown, because I want to take the keys of their city as well.
That's what's up, man.
And like,
Take their heart, too.
Kilo touching on that, like, seriously, like, you work because you're a man, you got to do what you got to do, but like, there's a lot of people coming up in boxing that don't understand that, like, you know what I mean? They only see like the Haneys or people that made it and stuff like that, because that's what's pushed out there. Like, if you were sitting there and you were really talking to someone young trying to hop into like the game, like, what should they expect? Like, how does this shit really go down?
Well, like in all reality, like the Haneys and them, like they had their fathers. So, not that I don't have a father, I have a father, but he's not in the boxing game like that. You know what I mean? So they're investing in them, and the difference between my road is I got to go out there and get everything myself. Like every opportunity, every sponsor, every connection. I mean, even from matchmaking and to in every the full 360. So there's a lot of things that people don't see that's beyond fighting. Like I say, talent is a lot and it's important, but there's so many more attributes, especially if you don't have some of those people around
How much?
you.
How much?
or some of the
How
team.
much bullshit is it? What's real and what's bullshit as far as the politics part? Hey, I should be ranked higher than this guy. An opportunity because I know you've basically took your own career in your own hands. You made some decisions that was popular and some that were unpopular. But if nobody was pushing you and promoting you, you seemed to do it yourself. So along the way, what was working for you and would you stay away from?
Well, I mean, if I don't do it myself, then nobody's gonna do it
Yeah.
for me. But I think the most successful thing that I've done is I've always had. I mean, I think it just goes with my personality, the way I grew up, and the person I've always been. So, like, I've always been quick to run up on people and try to call them out, and I just want it. I'm hungry, and I'm not scared of nobody, and I think it's just I'm vocal and I can back it up, and I'm really willing to do what I say, and I think that has really helped me a lot in my career. And I think it's going to continue to help me. Now I have 14 pro fights. So the way I look at it, I see a lot of guys up there, and I don't really feel like they fit the part. Sometimes it's very hard for me to even look up to a fighter to like really be like, oh, I like that guy, because I'm like I feel like I'm from like a cloth like Robert Duran, Mike Tyson kind of era. Like I like those kind of fighters a lot, and I don't really see too many of them. And the other final fighters that I do like would be like class acts like Juan Manuel Marquez, because of their style, the way they carry themselves, and they're very humble and they could actually really, really fight. But it's just hard for me to see fighters and for me to be like, oh, I look up to him. Like I don't care about popularity. And I mean, yeah, it's tight and all. You know what I mean? The hype is clean and it's legit. It pays. It pays, and you get fan supporters. But I'm more of like the rugged kind of fighter, you know what I mean? The fighters that go through shit, the fighters that don't give a fuck, the fighters that are coming up, the fighters that are fearless, the fighters that are just like ready for it. And
Do you ever turn down a fight?
nothing's gonna ever stop that. Nah, I've never turned down a fight. I mean, I'm open to fight anybody.
They offer you a fight, you go, nah, I'm good. I don't want to.
No, I mean, obviously it's still business, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fucking fight somebody for chump
Yeah.
change.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
I understand.
If the fight is worth more, like they're gonna have to pay me for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Know your value.
yeah, so and then there's times, you know what I mean, if there's a fighter and I just feel like, oh, what do I care about fighting him? Like I want to fight names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they're not gonna be names, then I'm gonna get someone in there and I'm gonna work them and I'm gonna use them and get to the next. But in all reality, like I want like the fight that Joe that went down that was super big. I like that because that really went through the ranks, fight of the year. The fight that they've been trying to make with Marcos Rick, I like that fight because that's a fight that everybody in the whole West Coast cares about. Maybe the guy that beat Marcos, I'd want that fight because he beat him and he's with Mayweather, so I could go out there and fight some Mayweather people and take over their fans and get some TV time. Like those are the kind of things that excite me. That the big shit, like the stuff that's like, I mean, even if it's an undercard or like a co-main event or anything of that sort, that's really what excites me and what I really look forward to, because I feel like anytime I've ever fought, anybody who's ever watched me live, they know how I get down and they know I fight. I've never had a boring fight. My fights are always full of action. Either I'm knocking somebody the fuck out, I'm beating somebody up. No matter what, I've never disappointed in general. I hold it down forever, and I've always have.
Man, speaking of that, like one thing I always respected about you, like I've just been waiting for you to grow, but fucking you've sparred, man, and you've gotten like other motherfuckers ready for big shit. Like you've been in there with names already. Is that like part of the reason why you like, yo, fuck, I'm ready? Because like I may be wrong, but fucking,
Legends, bro.
I know
Been in there with
you. I know
legends.
you always helped Nate out in his camps, even getting ready for McGregor and shit like that, right? And then from what I heard, I mean, fuck, you were a ward for a little bit of time too, right? So it's like you've been around fucking this. So like, how do you feel about that shit? Like you know where you're at right now, and you know where you want to be. Like, what does that do for you as a person?
Well, obviously, fighting all those champions. I mean, I've been in the game with everybody, helping them all prepare for their fights. But Is there where I can set this up? Oh, there we go.
Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
So obviously that feels great, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, damn, I know I got all the skills in the world, all the heart, all the balls, and just everything. You know, I think the part that I just never really had 100% was the outside the business part of it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have like a full on manager that's fully dedicated to me, or a full on team. If I had that, the world would be different. But it's all good. You know, I'm gonna get it regardless. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of things that I've been through would have broke many people's spirits. You know what I mean? Shit happens to people, and you'll never hear them for fucking forever, or they may not even return to the game. You know, shit's happened to me, and I'm here, and I'm still in the game. Same heart, same mentality, still ready for the biggest and the best. And I know where I'm destined. And even before I got in the ring with all those champions, I think just growing up out here in Stockton, California, that right there is what really has defined me and made me. Because I mean, I didn't grow up just like some regular ass kid out here. You know what I mean? I was out here really, really with the shit. And I think that has played a big part. As far, obviously, you still got to put in the work and, you know, the dedication and all that. But just as far as the heart and the mentality, that alone has took me to new levels. And along with, obviously, you know, other extra shit that I done.
Yeah, good shit, man. No, I think the first time I think I really seen you fight was Fresno. Was that under a Ramirez card?
Yeah, he was
Fucking
on a lot
Fresno.
of, yeah.
And I remember
Save
that.
Mart Center.
So I was there. Yep, Save Mart Center. I seen you at Save
And
Mart Center.
Tachi Palace, too.
Tachi. I missed you when you were here. Because I remember I talked to you like, fuck, do I fight in town? Do I take a top or anything? And then the last time I seen you was at the fucking arena. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but I've seen you differently. I've seen you at the fucking arena. It was like, I seen like a skill set that was different. You know what I mean? You were patient. You did all that shit. And then I've also seen you in fucking brawls where you just go out there and you just fucking putting hands and whatever happens, fucking happens. And when I'm sitting there, I'm like, don't do that shit. But you be really like, does that have to do with, like you just mentioned, like trainers, managers, coaches, and shit? Like, does your from camp to camp, is it jumping for you? Like, or how is that working out?
I think a lot of it has just been obviously like my balls to the wall. You know, that's really what's helped put me on in a lot of ways. You know, where that's probably why a lot of champions have called me to help them. But right now, I think I just always, I guess, been like a brawler, a real fighter, and sparring all those champions. I slowly been trying to pick up more and more skill set. You know, and as time keeps going on, now I have a new trainer. I'm with my coach Salas, and I really like him. I fuck with him tough. Like, he's a good trainer. He's on it. He
Here in
loves
Stockton?
yeah.
Stockton?
Yeah,
What gym is that?
Elite Boxing and Fitness. He's very focused, dedicated. He loves the sport. He's hungry for it, and I think that's just maybe a piece that I've always missed. And it's perfect. You know, he has a similar background as me, and he's just very hungry. He loves it. He's in this game as much as I'm in it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. You know what I mean? We both came at the perfect time. He's trying to come up. You know, I was his first fighter that I was his actually first fighter that he went to a pro fight, but I gave him the opportunity because I trusted him, and I saw what I wanted to see in him, and I gave it a chance, and it worked out perfect.
Good
and it's
chemistry
working out.
there.
The chemistry's there, and it took my brother a little while to follow through, but now he's over here with us as well. And we got a great team. You know, we got a couple other fighters. Lil Wade, he's like 3-0, 4-0. He should be fighting pretty soon. Another kid, Irvin, coming up. So we got a little squad there, and we're all hitters. Like, everybody works hard. Everybody's in the game. Now I'm 100% back in the game. I've still been back in the game, but I've been, focused on the cars and, a little unfocused on other things. My life's been like a little mess and not 100% stable. And now I've cleaned my life up, everything outside of boxing. There's a lot of things with my daughter that I've been trying to fix. You know, I just paid for a lawyer today, so that's being taken care of outside of the ring. Like, I'm stable financially. Things are going good. So like all the missing pieces of the things that were like fucking me up and stressing me as a fighter, even when I was on sparring champions, when I was signed to the deals, but I still had a whole lot of fucking shit to worry about, a lot of stresses, and I was like thinking like, damn, I need this bread, I need this, and I'm just like, you stressing out.
Yeah.
And right now, I really ain't got no worries. I ain't got no stress. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really ain't got no time because I'm busy all day long from the moment I wake up. Today is my off day, and I've been on the road all day, and I'm here, and then I got to go train, then I'm going to go run. But it's all good. You know what I mean? That's what men do. You know what I mean? We get up, you know what I mean? And we put in work, and we just grind it out. So I just feel like everything's falling into place, and I'm just ready to do what I've always done, which is fight, and that's what I'm good
How many
at.
times would you like to fight in 2020?
Honestly,
What's the
this
number?
year I would like to fight like 6 to 8 times if possible. You know what I mean?
Busy schedule. There you go.
If I can't fight that many times, I mean at least 3 big fights and maybe a couple 2 small ones.
Yeah.
But I would like to fight at least a couple big ones. I know Rick has said me and Marcos should be fighting in 2020. That'd be a huge fight. He said here in the Stockton Arena. I haven't really heard about it, but who knows what's gonna happen? Rick's fucking a G, and he makes things happen. So I don't see why it wouldn't happen. And if it's not now, it's gonna be soon. But I know he has me in his back pocket, just waiting for a big fight to throw me into, because he knows I'm ready. And anytime he's offered me a big fight, I've always took it. And there's been a lot of fighters who just duck me and don't want it.
No, I mean, you definitely made it out there and clear, and you made it simple for them. You said, get a hold of me, let me know, let's work this out, let's work out the numbers, and let's get this fight going. I want to talk about Hector. Hector, when we were off camera, man, you were telling me a story that, can you share that story, man? I mean, to me, it's really not funny. I mean, there was an opportunity. You jumped on it, man. You had a chance to fight. You actually went up to, was it Tijuana?
Yeah,
to
Tijuana.
support a friend. They needed a fighter, because a fighter fell through, and you stepped up.
Yeah, I honestly I shouldn't even have took that fight. The week before that,
Yeah.
I was took the time off because I thought I wasn't gonna fight no more. So I just went to go support my friend. He needed a corner, so I just
You were working the corner?
Yeah, I worked the corner with him. I didn't
wow,
work
okay.
at event. I didn't end up working it
Yeah.
because I ended up fighting.
Yeah. So how did that go? Where they went up to you and said, "Hey, are you interested in fighting?"
No,
You went down.
I actually seen a guy that I knew, Repo Rick, and he told me, or I asked him if he could give me a fight, if he could get me on the card, and he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, because I did a whole camp, 3 months training super hard, and then a week before I end up not fighting, I was like, fuck that, I want to go in there, I want to go and fight. It doesn't even matter if I took a week off, fuck it. And then I didn't hear back from him that same day, the weigh-in day.
Yeah.
And so, fucking the next day, fucking woke up hella hungover and shit. I shouldn't have been drinking, but I woke up hungover. He shot me a text. He was like, "You want to fight?" And I was like, "Screw it, let's do it." So I fucking woke up. I was hella fat. Fucking went to go run like 3-4 miles, and then
I was hella mad at him for that, by the way.
yeah, he was mad. Honestly, I shouldn't have took it. Honestly, I should
I
have
was
had a
cussing
better
him
year.
out, like, what's wrong with you?
Somebody better tell me I shouldn't have
Yeah.
took the fight, or I should just chill out this time. But it's all good though. I still went out there and I fought, and I won. And I fought with a broken finger, and I messed up my knee during that fight, and I had like a 3-month layoff because of it.
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity. Not only did you get the W,
But I'm still 6-0.
that's
You
second
know
on
what I
this.
mean? I'm still.
Hey,
out
great
here.
learning experience though,
Yeah.
man. As far as like next time, I mean, you really got to be ready. You don't know what these guys are packing, or they've been training, or want to use you as the B side. So, yeah, I definitely take that advice from your brother. He's just looking out for
Yeah.
you, man. But what I'm looking at is you just said, "Hell with it." That's that fighter inside of you wanting to compete because you went down there.
Yeah,
to
but it was a
support
good
somebody.
experience though. Honestly, I thought I got some good experience off of it, for sure.
Man, you just brought some important shit up. Like a lot of people go through
Yeah,
that.
I sparred Danny Garcia before. I sparred Amir Khan. I helped my brother get ready for all his fights.
Yeah, no,
I think I've been his
you-
best
you-
sparring partner
you post that
out
shit
of
all the
all
time.
his fights.
Yeah, you
I've
do.
been his best sparring partner.
Dude, how do you do that, man? Like you just said, like a lot of fighters go through that. Like you said, you went through a full camp and some shit fell through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you see shit like I'll touch on that later. Like motherfucking like Andy Reese, like he got through in there. Like sometimes you'll lose a fucking opponent, right? But like for people that don't understand, like we come to these fights and we cheer you guys on, right? Is fucking training camp harder? Or is the fucking fight harder? And then realistically, like after you fought someone on your skill set, like another pro fighter, like how do you fucking feel the next day, the next week, shit like that? Like if I go to the gym, I'm fucking sore, but what do you guys go through?
I think the couple I've been like maybe like I think like some of the hardest fights I probably fought were when I was coming up, like when I was like 3-0. I fought a guy that was 7-0. I mean 7 wins, 5 knockouts. And then after Joe, I was 4-0. He was 8-1 with 5 knockouts, more knockouts than I even had fights. But those fights after the first one with the first guy, I was pretty. I mean, I had a couple lumps. I knocked him out, but you pretty bruised up. I was banged up because there were some tough fights.
What's your recovery
They weren't-
time?
they
About a
weren't easy.
week, couple days?
I don't know. I probably took like a week or 2 off.
I want to talk about something. Shelly, this dude, he keeps it old school, man. You see these guys getting in these high-tech freezers. This dude gets in like a freaking bath full of ice, man, and just dives in there and he embraces it and he loves it. I mean, what does that do for you? Is that after a fight or after a long
I'll do that like
road of training?
I'll do that like preparing for fights and sometimes just to do it like even cold showers and stuff. But I think that's more just of obviously it's good for recovery and for inflammation on your body, but it's more of a mental thing for me. You know what I mean? It's just making the body feel uncomfortable and being relaxed and then uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So just being relaxed under pressure. That's really what it comes down to.
Man, I mean, I got to ask you about this, man. I'm going through your page and stuff, and at the time we weren't even talking to each other. And I see you face to face with freaking Mike Tyson, bro. I mean, mad dogging each other. I go, what the? I go, no, hey, no, that's real. And I wanted to see more, and it was just a teaser, and that's all. You just left it there. How did that go down, and what was that experience like? And what conversation did you have after that?
It's funny because I ran into Mike Tyson. I was actually I caught a jet here from Stockton to Orange County with my job. They took us to some sales training, and then I see Mike Tyson and all his people there, and like I don't know, I've been around a lot of famous people, so to me it was just kind of like, but Mike Tyson's the only dude that I'm really like, oh, that's my dude, you know what I mean? And I just started chopping it up with him, and I guess he doesn't really, I mean, he was just chopping it up back with me, and then we're talking, I'm telling him about me, you know what I mean? Showing him some of my knockouts and stuff, and he's telling me, I told him like my downs, and then he's like, don't quit, he's telling me put in work, never give up, and then I just asked him for a face-off, and then after I look back, like, what the fuck was wrong with me trying to face off with Mike Tyson? Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm not scared of nobody, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, any man, I'll get off on any man, I don't care who it is. But I was like, damn, like that shit could have got ugly. Imagine, because we were like eyeing each other eye to eye.
Because he has a short fuse like you do.
And then, after I was just like, I shook his hand, I was like, and then, but I was like, at any moment, one of us, or even him, he could have been like, or I could have been like that too, and then it just would have been ugly. But that was, to me, that was more of a great experience because that's
Absolutely,
like one of my idols, one of my favorite fighters. His mentality, his the way he grew up, and like I said, Mike Tyson, Robert Duran, Chavez kind of guys. Those are like my dudes. So I was, to me, that was cool.
That was badass, bro.
Yeah, I would want him.
That's straight bucket list.
I want him
shit.
in the gym with me one day. That'd be sick. You know what I mean?
That's bucket list stuff right there, man.
Yeah, I fucking I was at the BET Awards. It was a hell of a long time ago when I stayed in LA, and fucking I seen Mike weaving through the crowd. And it was weird because I remember this is at the time when fucking Janet Jackson was like dating Jermaine Dupri, right? So they had their shit in the booth. And then I seen Mike coming, right? And I was like, hey, champ. This is like post-boxing and shit. He's like, I haven't heard that in a while. Dude, that motherfucker gave me a hug, bro. I stood there like this. Like, I was like, oh, shit. And then I got on the phone. At the time, I had a motherfucking flip, right? I flipped that bitch. I was calling all my homies like, bro, Mike Tyson gave me a hug. You know how many motherfuckers he knocked out? Like, that was the best shit that ever happened to me. And it made me different because, like, all I ever seen was the real motherfucker. Nigga, I'll eat your kids, bitch. I'll fuck you till you love me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when he gave me a hug, I just stood there like this, like, boom. And then he walked away, and I was like, damn. But the weirdest part to me is, like, I'm a normal size-ass dude, right? If you never been in fucking Mike Tyson's presence, he's fucking weird. Like, he's wide as fuck. Like, it don't make sense. He's short, but he's a real deal fucking, like, bully or, like, pit bull. He's, like, he's shaped fucking different. And then it fucks you up because, like, we can crack jokes on his voice all you want, but when he comes around, you know who the fuck is in the room. Like, that dude has, like, a fucking aura or some weird shit. Like, when I got around him, I was like, that's Mike Tyson, dog. And you're saying the same shit. It ain't like other celebrities. I'd be like, I've been around a lot of motherfuckers, but when I got around Mike, I was like, oh, shit, dog. That's fucking Mike. So, hey, respect on that. Well, you faced off with the motherfucking man, dog. Like, there is nobody in boxing. I'd take a picture of any motherfucker doing that. But if I was right there next to him, my nervous level will be up at this motherfucker. Like,
I
yeah.
didn't know what was
I'm
going
like,
on.
yeah. I'm like, hey, 1990s, Mike Tyson might have
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
fucked you up.
Absolutely.
yeah.
He would have sucked me.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I had a chance, an opportunity of meeting him. I went down there for when he got out of prison, meeting Peter McNeely. We met his people, John Horn, Roy Holloway. All his people were there. He was cool, man. And his voice, it really didn't hit me that it was high or anything. No. I mean, he was there. He had some badass cologne on. He had his gear. And met my mom there because my mom wanted to meet him, and she even blessed him. She was, "Let me bless you, mijo." And he goes, and I remember this is real talk. He goes, "Oh, I'm nothing." He goes, "I'm nothing. I'm just a regular person." And she was, "No, I've been wanting to meet you and so forth." So I had a picture of my son, and I said, "Can you sign this for my son?" And he said, "Do you have a son?" He goes, "How old are you?" And he goes, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Fresno." And he goes, "Oh, by Modesto." So he knew the area. And he goes, "You guys want some grapes?" Because he was training, so he was just eating grapes, just a regular dude. But when you see him, you have that reverence, like, this is a bad fucking dude. I mean, his arms, he's in shape, he's cut up. It was quite an opportunity, man.
Yeah.
But I've never think about facing off with this dude, man.
And
That was
then,
badass.
And then I got like the opportunity to when he was doing that shit with he did that like whole thing with Spike Lee. So they were going on tour. So I got to see when I was living in Canada
yeah.
at the time.
That was
I got
nice.
to go see him live, and he did his thing, and it was like trippy to me because I got to see Mike and more of the human side of him, more of like the comedy and shit like that. Like, man, if you were really his friend, you'd get to know this type of Mike Tyson. And then what fucking killed me is like how big and iconic he was to me. It was like there was people in this using him. You know what I'm saying? You would think like,
Yeah.
how could anybody fucking hurt Mike Tyson? But there's levels to this shit. Like you said, like these people were fucking him financially and whatever else,
Yeah.
right? And it was weird to hear somebody tell that story, but that shit taught me a lesson too. Because I was looking at someone that was fucking invincible, but you can get fucked so many different ways in life. And he was teaching and telling people this through comedy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, Mike is a fucking comedian. Like, that's trippy. Like, you can either get slapped, nigga, or you can laugh at one of his jokes. Yeah,
laugh
so it was
your ass
real
off,
shit.
or get put to sleep, man. You know, talking about getting put to sleep, man. So, what's your whole take on all these new fighters now? I mean, when I say new, they're finally wanting to fight each other. And I'll start with Bud Crawford because he was one of the most silent guys out there, and all of a sudden he's going crazy on Twitter, calling people out, calling Spence out, calling anybody out at 147 pounds. And almost as if to say, hey, I'm going to take a trick out of Kilo's hat by starting to call people out because that's how you got your biggest fights. Because he was just there sitting there, and he don't want the ship just to float away and him not get a piece of it. So if him and Errol Spence go down, who do you have on that? And do you like the fact that he's taking his own career in his own hands?
I think that's good. You know, I think a lot of fighters should be like that. More vocal, and you know, if you want to fight somebody, I mean, the way this game goes, I mean, just in life in general, you know, you want something, you gotta go take that shit. So
At least
if you
ask for
see
it.
somebody on top and you want that spot, you go take that shit. You call them out and you take it. And I think they're at the point where he may be getting a little impatient, you know, because they know he's at the top, but there's other people at the top, and he's more like, I want to be the only one on top. So that's why he's like trying to call people out.
Do you think he can clean up the 147-pound division? Or who do you have? Do you have any sleepers in there? I have one sleeper in there, and I'll let you know who he is, but I want to hear from you. And then I want to hear from Shell, too.
Honestly, like, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I like them all. I like him, Spence, you know. Pacquiao, you can't ever take him out. He's still in the game, you know. There's a lot of top guys out there. Honestly, I'm like, when fights like that come up, I just want to watch them. So it's just like, just put the fucking fights together.
Yeah, exactly. No, man. Who do you have taking that 147 pounds? 'Cause it's full of animals, man.
Man, dude, I think like if I ever got a chance to see like Crawford and Spence fight, you know what I'm saying? And like my dad stays in Omaha, Nebraska, so like I've always fucked with Crawford, you know, but like I think that's one of those fights that would be like the only fight that would make me fucking nervous to watch it.
Yeah.
Kind of like I felt that way when I finally seen Pacquiao and Mayweather, but it wasn't what I expected. You get what I'm saying? But when those motherfuckers were fighting, like as big as a Mayweather fan I was, I'm also a big Pacquiao fan, but I was just sitting there fucking nervous, like every round, like what the fuck is gonna happen? Dude, I think that could be one of the best fucking trilogies we can see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in this time, for real. But it's just like, other than that, man, the only fucking thing I don't like right now in boxing is that approach. Like, I like what you guys stand for. I don't like that everybody right now feels like they can act like a fucking Mayweather and it's all business and shit. And you 15-0, and you know what I'm saying? You 20-0. Like, you haven't fucking fought nobody. Like, everyone wants to protect that fucking no. That's why I fuck with people like you. That's why I fuck with Nate. That's why I fuck with Nick. And you guys are from my hometown. Like you said, we got a different mentality coming from here. Everybody else comes up and want to be fucking perfect. That ain't life, dog. That ain't fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in my fucking shop right now, everything ain't perfect. Like, I want that fucked up shit to happen to me so I can get better. And then I watch so many dudes nowadays fucking break. Like, as soon as shit get fucked up, they just break. And that's the part. I think I was a bigger fan with boxing before I got close to boxing. Before I figured out the fucking cliques, how political it is, how the motherfuckers move, how, like, they be like, oh, Kilo's my dude. No, I don't fuck with Kilo no more. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just sissy ass shit. So seeing you two sitting right here, like, this is what we need more of. We need motherfuckers to be like, hey, I'm ranked 6, so motherfucking 5 through number 1, any of you motherfuckers can get it. Like, you can't be ranked in the top 10 fighting other motherfuckers. Like, that shit don't exist. And that's what's killing me in boxing right now. That's why I respect other sports. Like, I'm a football player in my past. So in football, motherfucker, you win, you make it to the playoffs, you play the fucking best. That's why I respect what you say. You like, nah, I want to fight the fucking best. Everybody ain't like that, nigga. Like, don't focus on the money. Focus on who the fuck you are. Focus on what you were as an amateur before you became a pro. And that's what I need. But in that 147, those motherfuckers in that top shit, bang, bro.
Yeah,
bang.
they do.
Bang. Like you said, you didn't list, you didn't name one motherfucking person in the modern
It didn't
era
belong to be there.
except for Marquez because you liked, you know what I'm saying? Everybody you named was from that era where motherfuckers was like, let's bang. Like, even for you, how do you feel about that shit now? Because I know people duck you too or don't want to take the risk. There's people that got bigger names than you. They be like, Kilo. They might look at that shit and be like, nah, I can't
No,
take that risk.
they delete him when he mentions the name. I wanted to see the feedback on something because he was
Honestly,
calling
I
out a
think, like,
fighter and he didn't respond.
I think I'm the fucking risk for anybody. I mean, even I could be a risk for any even world champion currently right now. I think the main reason I'm not calling out some of these big names right now is because I feel like I just need a couple more fights. So when I do call them out, they could take it more serious. Because they look at me with 14 fights, they're gonna be like, you know what I mean. But if I get like 4 or 5 fights under my belt and I got 20 fights, they're like, oh shit,
Right.
You know what I mean? They're gonna really take it serious. So like right now, I could be calling out dudes, you know what I mean, 15 fights and under, or maybe 18 and under, you know what I mean? But honestly, like skill-wise and heart-wise and just the way I am, the way I fight, obviously I still need a little bit more experience as far as rounds goes in, but overall, just knowing myself and my abilities, I know I'm fucking on the top of the fucking chamber. It's just a matter of me going in there, getting those fights, getting those opportunities, and taking some of these guys out. And then going back to what you're talking about fighters not trying to fight and, you know, call people out. I feel like, I mean, we're competitors, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody should be calling each other out. I get it. It's a business, you know what I mean? And people are trying to build it and make money. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, that's how you're going to get bragging rights. You know what I mean? Whooping on fools or taking people out. Those are your bragging rights, you know?
Entertainment, man. Entertainers.
I mean, shit. There's a couple guys coming up like that have like freaking like Shakura and Teofimo,
Right.
Those little motherfuckers. I mean, they're champions at 15-0 right now, but they went to the Olympics and all that. But they just started fighting everybody, and now they got belts, and so I think that's tight because they actually.
Shakur was just sparring with Lomachenko.
Yes, they actually went out of their way calling people out, and they were trying to make these fights. You know what I mean? Obviously, because they want to get on.
Yep.
And I think that those guys that I just reminded, that those guys are tight because you know what I mean. They went in there trying to make things happen right away. I mean, including Lomachenko. You know, even though he lost his first fight to Salido, but he's right away fighting everybody at the top. And I think like when we talk about this old school shit, I don't think there's no losing when it comes to that, whether you lose a fight or not, because at the end of the day, you're fucking providing massive shows. People are talking about you like, oh shit, like the fight with me and Joe. Like they'll talk about that fight forever. People have to this day told me that's the best fight I've ever seen live in my life.
Bro, I posted that, and that happened like 3 years ago, and it was brand new to everybody. They want to see that shit again. And you see it, and it's like, we do, bro. I mean, as a fan, we do. Because you had everybody on the edge of their seats. It lived up to all the hype and expectation, everything. It was not okay. It wasn't a bust. It wasn't any of that stuff. Dude, that was badass fight. You guys left everything in the ring. I mean, that was... I wish we could have ran it back. I say we because I'm a fan of the sport.
I think, honestly, that's... I mean, at one point, you know, yeah, it was interesting because people wanted to watch it. I think so much time passed already.
Ran its course.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't give a fuck about that fight. You know what I mean? Obviously, he don't care about that fight, and people obviously they always want to watch a good fight. But I'm more like, man, what's up? Who else could I get similar fights like that with?
My point is,
you know what I mean?
Like, they're gonna be talking about that fight 10 years from now.
But they're gonna be talking about all my fights like that 10 years ago.
well,
you know what I mean? So like, it's not gonna matter who I fight.
Well, that's
because
what's up.
every fight I fight, that's the kind
That
of
one had
quality-
15,000
that-
people
That's the
in
kind
that
of quality
freaking
I can
arena.
produce. You know, so it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter as long as you know if they're up to that part and they're with it like that. I mean, those are the kind of quality fights that I can produce as long as I have those kind of opponents in there with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To
'Cause
motivate
I'm
you.
not gonna give. I'm not gonna break. I'm not gonna quit.
Has
You know
anybody
what I
ever
mean?
called you out?
Has anybody ever called me out? I'm not really sure. I can't really think of anybody.
I'm not starting a mess that happened a while back. What happened with Valdivia? He just wasn't interested in the fight. It was a different weight, or just two different promoters, or it never panned out. Because I know you said, "Hey, let's give the fans what they want," and then it just lost its steam. He didn't respond.
Honestly, like he was nowhere to be heard of. To be real, to keep it 100. I mean, he had opportunities, and it just, I don't know. He had his own business plan, and I mean, he didn't want, but he didn't want it, to keep it 100. But you never know. He's still going to TJ here and there. He might out of nowhere one day be like, hey, you know what? Let's get it, Kilo. You're still in the game, and I'll be like, hell yeah, let's get it, because you still got a big fan base and people are gonna love it. And I haven't fought you yet, but I mean, I don't want to fight someone who don't really want to fight though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only person who's really been with it and really wanted to fight and down is Marcos. You know what I mean? And I know him and we're cool and I respect him, but he's the only one who's really been ready. And we both been ready. The only reason this never happened is because promotions, and it's all been times where we were ready. We're going to find September, and everything was pretty much done. And last minute something fell apart and it didn't go through. But he's one of the few local guys that has actually been up to par. You know what I mean? But even if it's not him, I mean, it could be anyone in any state, any city, like I just want to provide big fights. That's really what I care about. Like
I
when
wanna
I'm
see
done,
Hector in there too,
when I'm
man.
done fighting, I want to have a lot of history and legacy behind me. And yeah, man, people don't even know about my brother. Like, yeah, I mean, he fought a guy even here in the Civic. That fool was a bronze medalist in the
Yeah.
Pan America Games representing Guatemala, but people don't know that. My brother was top 3 in the country for years. I think as soon as like that fight produced, but as soon as he gets the right opportunity with the right fights and the right mix up, maybe the right people behind us, you guys are gonna see a whole lot of shit, a lot of fireworks. Especially right now, as focused as I am, and everything's just going the way I want and planned. I haven't fought as much in the last year and a half, but it's okay. Maybe it's for the best. A lot of recovery. I've been in there with a lot of champs, and a lot of it's just me getting myself 100% right. And I mean, I'm still young and I'm still hungry. I got like a good 8 years in me, so let's see what this next chapter is gonna hold for me.
Yeah, we talked about 209. We left one fighter out, and he's going to be on the undercard of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and that's Little G, man. And Gabriel Flores Jr., I mean, that is quite an opportunity. To this day, Shelly, that probably has to be the biggest platform for him. I mean, we're talking about on one of the biggest fights in boxing history, the heavyweight division,
Right.
and from Stockton, California, he's going to be on that card. It was just officially announced today at MGM Grand.
Yeah. No, it's dope, man. I mean, I think for me, like, I always have like a fucking special part because before G even got signed, I was working on something for them. You know what I'm saying? So see, when I was sitting with his pops and shit, we'd be fucking watching the Olympics, and it was like he didn't know if he wanted Little G to sign pro or if they were gonna be fighting in these games for 2020. So that was their decision. Like, damn, do we wait and go?
So you were there in the Raw times.
Oh yeah, man, I got
Yeah.
all that shit. Like we got some dope ass footage because we were working on something that's
Yeah.
unfinished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And fucking the thing with G was, do we wait for 2020 so he can check and fight in the Olympics, or do they sign him and he be like the youngest ever? And I think with that, like, that was significant and dope. But I think what people got to pay attention to is like other motherfuckers are businessmen. So what G started was something like when fucking Kobe Bryant got signed to the NBA, right? And then after following that shit, you see LeBron's and shit like that, just like the kid from Puerto Rico and stuff like that. So what G did was he also showed the world what's possible, but then Top Rank, as a business standpoint, they start learning like, oh, fuck, if we did this with this kid, we can do that too. But that's also that business and shit side of it. And I don't know, like, for me, I think you got to be fucking special at that age to get signed that young because you fucking with men. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the thing. But it's like on a business standpoint, they're trying to groom people from a young ass fucking age. And that could either be really fucking good or it could be really dangerous. Because like, Kilo, like you've been in there so long. It's like you guys fight a few times a year or more. Like you fucking aggressive, you want more, right? But you're still in the ring every day. So people don't see that side of you. They think like when fucking Fury and Wilder's fighting, this is their fight. They don't know you guys are banging with fucking champions every day. Like, accumulative circumstances is what leads up to boxers either being great or getting out the fucking game, you know? But nah, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for anybody that's from my hometown. Like,
Yeah.
like when we started this shit at the business conversation, you said something that was very special to me. Like, man, like, we really live fucking life coming here. So all this shit, when you put lights and stuff on us, or me having like this right here, like, this didn't mean shit, man. Like, the rest, I knew I could do this. It's just I had way more fucking obstacles. So seeing someone that young doing it, I hope people are paying attention to that shit.
Yeah. No, he's definitely, he has a platform for it, and I wish him well as well.
Yeah, and I wish him great. I'm cool with Gabriel, you know, his dad. I mean, it's fucking tight. They're on big ass platforms, you know what I mean? I wish them the best. Obviously, I want them to win. They're from our city. And I mean, the more light they get, the more better for the city, more opportunities for everybody. You know, they brought the fights here to the arena. I was able to get on that card. So I think, I mean, the more light, the better. You know what I mean? The more anybody in Stockton, the more anybody in Stockton comes up, the more opportunities for everybody here in the city. You know, especially everybody who wants it and everybody who's hungry. So, I mean, I think that's fucking sick. You know, he'll be a part of history and on the Wilder and shit. I mean, who wouldn't want to be on that card? That's tight.
That's it,
Hell
some of the
yeah.
biggest fucking fights ever, man. And even that, dog, like, I'm flipping subjects to shit because I know you got to fucking go train, which is dope. Like, I thought about going to the gym, but not after this. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, man. Like, if you guys are watching, someone let you know. Like, we tried to do this a long time ago, so everybody from Stockton always get a fucked up name. Like, we can't do this, we can't do that. Get the fuck out of here. We had our own internal shit. We couldn't do this shit a year ago, but we fixed whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I remember I hit you. You were like, yo, can I do a show with you, Rich? You're like, fuck, no, I don't fuck with Rich. I don't fuck with Rich. I don't fuck with the fighter voice, none of that shit. And I'm going to stay in the gray ass type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a problem with that nigga, you don't have one with me. That means I can't let him talk about you, and then vice versa. And you remember when we told me that, I was like, hey, he's a cool dude, but I understand. And then vice versa. So I want people to know, like, what you guys sitting here and watching this shit like that, this wouldn't have fucking happened if it was for Stockton motherfuckers, because since he's from Fresno, the three of us got unstubborn and this shit happened. But like, people evolve, motherfuckers change, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Kilo was saying, his career was all over the fucking place, and now he's setting his fucking lives together so he can do this now. Like, that's what I want people to know about us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come from bottoms, and then we always make it to the fucking top.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of it's part of growth, you know, and not being hard-headed sometimes too, you know, just being open to thinking like a business as well, you know, and I mean, it's like life, you know, sometimes you gotta stay out your feelings and let that shit go, you know. There's times, you know, just like boyfriend and girlfriend type shit. People gotta forgive each other, and if it's gonna work, and if it doesn't, then whatever, they let that shit go. But you know, there was a point, you know, when I didn't fuck with him at all, and I mean, who knows, you know, looked at me wrong or something, I would have fucking snapped and took off, you know what I mean? But it is restored, and everything's cool, you know. I mean, it is what it is, you know, past is the past, and just let it be, you know what I mean? We're rolling, and we put this together today. It's great content, great place, and it's cool, you know what I mean? I'm at the point where I'm trying to build back up, trying to get on. And shit, someone's gonna hear this shit. Someone's gonna want to fight me. What's up? Let's get it.
That's right. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Hey, I want to touch on that real quick. Even though I was in Stockton, this was after the weekend that we went out. Remember?
Yeah.
And so I'm stuck somewhere, and I'm walking back to the hotel, right? And as I'm crossing, I'm coming from something to eat, getting something to eat, and I had a little bit of a mishap when I was inside.
Is this when we went out, or is the time we
No,
went Stitch?
no, this is the very next day. The very next day. Well, anyways, I said, hell, fuck it, I'm gonna call Kilo. I need to call somebody here.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, and you were gone.
Yeah.
I even called Gabe, no one answered. I call Hector. He calls me back, says, where you at? All right, Richie, and I'm telling him what went down. I said, look, man, I ain't got time to explain, bro. This is what happened. There's about 3 of them. He goes, okay, just go to the hotel. I go, I'm gonna keep talking to you until I get there. Anyways, I'm there. He shows up, man. He showed up to make sure everything was cool. He goes, all right, everything's cool? Yeah. And then I'm kind of ordering something because they're closing the bar. I turn around, this dude just freaking like disappeared like a shadow, bro.
That's good
like
shit,
he
though.
wanted to make sure everything was cool, and then just boom, he was out. I mean, we talked a little bit, but I wanted to, you know, hey, are you gonna be here tomorrow? Let me get you some lunch or something. Remember that day? You cool, Richie? And you were getting ready to fight. You go, I'll take some lemon and a little bit of water. Or you said something. So I wanted to make sure, hey, let me get you a meal, some chicken or something. Or I was trying to work it out with the guy that was there, even though it was closed. Turn around, Hector was freaking just like,
No. It's there.
He just like left,
This
dude.
this motherfucker
into the darkness.
This,
And I was like,
I
he
think it was
just
the night
escaped.
Stitch was here. It was like forgave your guys' fight. Fucking Stitch was here. I don't know if
Yeah.
did me and you go out that night, but I took this motherfucker to the Ave, bro, and then I was about to get into it. I was about to fight a motherfucker. I was trying to be cool though. I was like, man, I don't want to fuck no up tonight because I was, you know, letting ladies and shit around and stuff. But it was like, man, he was like, fuck. He was like, every time I come to this motherfucker, something goes down, dog. And I was
Exactly,
like,
man.
It happens quick though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, you could either
They just
escalate it
recognize
or
that
you
you're
could
not
just be
from
cool.
here.
No, they.
I don't know
it's
what
weird.
it is, man.
It's weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
getting
everybody.
a feel for it,
Everybody
though.
wants it here, but it's like there's some real ones, and then the problem in Stockton is like the motherfuckers that are not even real ones are really about that shit, and that's where you get fucked up out here because you'll get cats like this, us, where he could chill out, you guys could chill out, but you got these young motherfuckers. People are hot out here, bro.
Yeah.
They quick. You know that shit. You seen it, and I'm a South Side kid, then I moved to the North Side.
But I do love that Mexican restaurant. What's it called?
Which
that
one,
one we
Nana's?
went to that one time? The
Nana's?
first time? Yes.
Nana's,
yes.
yeah, Nana's,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember. No, that's, man, you can stand there all day long, man. They got some good food there. You guys got some good food.
Yeah, man.
But I remember when I was going to do a fight and I was calling Kilo, I said, look, I'm going to Stockton and I need a hotel. Where should I stay at? I said, there's two right here. And he go, no, don't stay over there, bro. And I go, okay, well, how about that? He go, oh, hell no, don't stay over there. I go, well, bro, where do I fucking stay at? And he said, there's a real nice one. And that was the one that with the, what's it called? Where the waterfall's at? Or, yeah. But I was saying, this dude lives there, man, in Stockton, and you're telling me, no, don't stay there, dog. You go, no, oh, bro, no, Richie, don't stay at that one either. Man, where do I stay? Remember when I called him?
Nice. He was like,
I go, looks
Like,
nice,
nah.
man. You go, no, hell no, bro. No, you don't want to stay there.
But yeah, hey, Kilo, man, I want to thank you guys for coming on, dude. This shit means a lot.
Sir.
You guys are in fucking A23. This is my shit. And I know me and you've been trying to do some shit for a long fucking time. Maybe this is the start or
It's
whatever.
like 2 years in the making.
Yeah, exactly. I need to fuck
Yeah.
with you guys. No film is my thing, so I need to really fuck with you and your brother, especially like all being from
Do some
Stockton. man.
documentary
But, like,
stuff, man.
dude, thank you for coming on. I don't want to keep you guys from fucking training. I'm over here drinking what I'm drinking. You drinking tea, so you know who's focused and who's not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the real one. You know, feel me? I stay the same, I do. But like, man, you guys in this motherfucker tell people what to expect from 2020. Like, all I want is the best for you guys, and that's it.
Yep.
2020, I'm in that gym every day, working hard, ready for fights, staying busy, and just open for every opportunity coming my way. Me and my coach, Salas, and my brother, I mean, we're just ready for whatever, you know what I mean? Get at us. You guys want to make some fights happen? Top Rank, Golden Boy, Mayweather Promotions, PBC. Anybody out there that hears this message, you guys want some fucking good fights, you got to call us.
Make it happen. Well, so, man, I want to hear what you got going in 2020, Hector.
2020, I'm hoping to get 6 fights. Hopefully get signed as soon as I turn 10 and 0. I'm 6-0 right now, so I think 4 more fights. I think I should get some contracts for surely offered to me, and if not, then I just keep fighting and just keep making noise. 2020 though, I'll be for sure fighting in some big arenas. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
There you are, man. Well, you know, I want to take this time. First of all, thank you, Keela, for coming on the show, man. I mean, you're always bringing good content, and I get to see a different side of you. And I've been watching you. I've been watching all along, and the things that you're doing, you're maturing, you're growing, and success is right there because you're going after it. Hector, you got so much freaking talent, man. I've always said that. I've always said, I remember I told you, Terry Norris? I said, he reminds me of a Mexican Terry Norris. Just his style and everything. And Michelle, we have podcasts all the time on the phone, because we just go off on each other. Shelly's feeling good, I'm feeling good, and that's what we want to bring to Stockton in this podcast. We want to bring real stuff, real shit that nobody wants to talk about. I mean, next time we're going to talk about PBC, we're going to talk about the Top Rank, we're going to talk about the Golden Boy, we're going to talk about all these networks that nobody wants to talk about because it's the truth. And give our opinion next time on Andy Reese on why he went up there and how money can change you, and my opinion on what really went down. But we can't give it all in one day, man. Today's show was all about you, man. So it's all about the viewers, the fans. And if there's anything I can do personally, let me know. Shally, we're going to be working together here in Stockton and making it happen.
I just want to give a shout out to everybody who supports Team Madera, TM, everybody who's been a part of our career, everybody just who's been with us on the ups, on the downs, on the good, everybody who's still rocking, everybody who still believes. And, I mean, we're here. We ain't going nowhere. I mean, I feel like, we're a big face here. And there's a lot of shit coming. I'm hungry, motivated. And as always, anybody can always get it. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm motivated. I feel the passion. I feel the fire. I mean, I can't wait to go to the gym and just go practice all the things that I've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, let's just get it.
That motivation, man. Hey, Stockton, California, the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition. Shally making it happen in the 209. You got Kilo the Kid Madera. You got Hector Madera getting ready to make stuff happen in 2020. As always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Let's go, TM, baby.